Good day, students. Before we start, let's have a quick review on our previous lesson. First, we have ICT. ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology. It deals with the use of different communication technologies such as mobile phone and internet. Also, we have different types of web pages. First, we have Web 1.0 or the static web pages. Second, Web 2.0 or the dynamic web pages. And third is the Web 3.0 and the semantic web. Also, the trends in ICT. It includes technological convergence and social media. Under social media, we have 6 types of social media, like social network, bookmarking site, social news, media sharing, microblogging, also blogs and forums. We have the types of operating system. First is the GUI or the graphical user interface. Second, multi-user. Third, multiprocessing. Fourth, multitasking. Fifth, multi-threading. And the last one is the embedded system. And last is the mobile technologies and different mobile operating system like Android, iOS, Symbian, BlackBerry OS, WebOS, and Windows Phone Mobile. Now for our topic for today, it's all about rules of netiquette. Our lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to first, consider one's and others' safety when sharing information using internet. Second, determine and avoid the danger using internet. And third, be responsible in the use of social media networking sites. So before we start, I have here a set of questions. Most of us use the internet every day. Sometimes we do not pay attention on how much information we share online. So this question is about how much information you have shared so far. So in a one piece of paper, kindly answer these questions. Kindly put a check under shared or not shared, and I will give you 2 to 3 minutes to answer those questions. You may start answering now. If you're done answering those questions, kindly keep all your answer, and later on we will discuss if those lists of information are risky to share or not over the internet. So the question is, how many hours do you spend on the internet per day? Can you live without the internet for a week? How many aspects of your life depend on the internet? Or how many times have you complained about the internet connection speed? As a teenager, you are all exposed to many things powered by the internet, whether it is socializing, playing games, reading sports news, and shopping. The internet has given you one of the most powerful tools that your parents during their teenage years did not have. The internet is truly a powerful tool. It can be used to promote your business, gain new friends, and stay in touch with old ones. It is also a source of entertainment through games, online communities, and everything, but the internet is the most dangerous places, especially if you do not know what you are doing with it. Hopefully, by the end of our lesson, you are able to consider how you go about the use of internet. Let's define first the word netiquette. Netiquette is a coined or portmanteau term of network and etiquette. By the way, the term portmanteau is a word blending the sounds and combining the meanings of two others, like the network and etiquette. So we have netiquette. Then, netiquette is also a set of idea, rules, and that a netizen should observe in communicating and or publishing information and materials over the World Wide Web and in ICT in general. The term netizen is referring to the person who is a member of a part of the online community. And last, netiquette described as the rules of etiquette that apply when communicating over computer network, especially the internet. As an internet user, it is very important to know the rules of etiquette so that you will have the basic knowledge on how you act, post, and talk in a certain way, since you're dealing with different kinds of people on the internet. Let us go back to how safe are you test. Now, let's discuss each item and see how risky it is to share them. First, we have the first name. Do you think this is risky to share over the internet? Alright, there is a risk in sharing your first name. Chances are a hacker may already know plenty stuff about you, even if you only give out your first name, such as the last name and middle name. But if you share your full name, even middle name is more risky. Next, we have the current and previous code. Risky or not risky? So most people who steal identities study their subject. They can use this information for verification purposes, especially if they know your real name or some stuff about you. Next, we have the cell phone number. Your cell phone number should be never been posted over the internet. Why? The internet is a public place. It is the same as posting your number on a billboard. Would you want random strangers to text you or call you? Or worse, pretend that they are someone else? Next, we have the name of your mother, father, and also your sibling's name. It is risky to post their names, especially your mother's middle name. Sometimes you may have already encountered any websites that require your mother's mid-name as an answer to a secret question. Whenever you lose your password disclosing, this is a huge risk. Maybe some strangers may pretend or use their identity to dope you. Next, we have your address. Hopefully, you answered no to this one. Giving your number on the internet is one thing, giving them your address is a whole other level. It will be much easier for criminals to find you. Next, we have the home phone number. This shared information is more risky than sharing your personal phone. Scams usually use this information to deceive you. So one of which is when the stranger pretends to know your parents or pretends to be you. And letting people know your birthday is probably a must. If you want to get as many gifts as possible, but having it in your profile will make you vulnerable to identity theft. So these are all information that is risky to share or to post over the internet. In addition, internet is defined as information superhighway. Again, internet is defined as information superhighway. So this means that anyone can access to this highway, can place information, and can grab that information. So any information, even things that you have said privately, can be accessed one way or another. So I have here some tips to stay safe online. Number 1. Be mindful of what you share online and what site you shared it to. Because if you posted unnecessary things in social networking site, it is possible to use to ruin your reputation, so always remember, think before you click. Number 2, do not just accept terms and conditions. Read it. Most people do not do as either the terms and conditions are very long. Others simply assume them to be accurate and legitimate. It is important to remember that accepting terms and conditions constitute a legally binding contract, so it is your interest to make sure that you have read them before you accept. Number 3, check out the privacy policy page of a website to learn how the website handles the information you share. A privacy policy is one of the most important documents on any website. It details your company's views and procedures on the information collected from visitors. Number 4, know the security features of the social networking site you use. By keeping your profile private, search engines will not be able to scan your profile. Take advantage of a site's privacy settings. The default settings for some sites may allow anyone to see your profile, but you can customize your settings to restrict access to only certain people. But still, there is a risk that private information could be exposed despite these restrictions, so don't post anything that you would not want the public to see. Number 5, do not share your password with anyone, because you are responsible for any activity conducted under your account. If someone else is logged in under your account, you're still responsible for whatever happens, especially if there's a personal information like credit card details. And another example is even in online games, because there is a certain item that has an amount. Number 6, avoid logging in to public networks or Wi-Fi. One of the biggest threats with the free Wi-Fi is the ability for the hackers to position between you and the connection point. So instead of talking directly with the hacker, you ended up sending your information to the hacker. The hacker also has access to every piece of information you send out, for example, your email, your phone numbers, and also your credit card details. Number 7, do not talk to strangers, whether online or face-to-face. Why? Because no matter how sincere the person on the other end of the chat, there is no way to know if they are being honest. Sharing your personal information with a stranger can make you vulnerable. Number 8, never post anything about a future vacation. It is similar to posting, "Rob my house at this date." One of the biggest mistakes you can make is posting anything about your vacation while you are still on it. A theft trolling on social media, or perhaps a friend of a friend with you delicate brother who happens to see your vacation post and might decide while you are away on your expensive vacation, your home is a prime of plundering. Number 9, add friends you know in real life. Why? Because in order for you to be safe in sharing on social media sites. Number 10, avoid visiting untrusted websites. Avoid visiting unknown websites or downloading software from untrusted sources. These sites often host malware that will automatically installed or automatically installed silently, and comprise your computer if the attachment and emails are unexpected or suspicious for any reason. Don't click on it. Number 11. Install and update an antivirus software on your computer. Use only one antivirus software to avoid conflicts. It is very important to install antivirus on your computer to protect and to avoid from threats or malware. Number 12. If you have a Wi-Fi at home, make it a private network by adding a password. It is important to realize that your Wi-Fi network does not end at your office walls. It is possible for the network to extend over 300 feet through the air. If your wireless access point is not properly secured, people from other businesses, offices, or nearby buildings can gain access to it. Number 13, avoid downloading anything from untrusted websites. A virus is a type of computer program that you may get if you download from untrusted websites. It can do bad things to your computer, including preventing you from accessing your files. To avoid viruses, follow these guidelines. Only download from trusted sites. Keep a backup of your important files. Number 14, buy the software. Do not use a pirated one. Let's say you might save some money in purchasing authentic software, but you are not aware that those pirated software can cause serious damage on your computer by malware or spyware. Number 15, do not reply or click links from suspicious emails. You should never click a link in an email or open an attachment unless you're confidently sure that you know and trust the sender. Some email attachments are phishing that address you directly to the illegitimate website and requires you to input your personal information. Most people would dispute that there is no such thing as private over the internet. There are hackers who can find a backdoor even if your profile is already set to private. You have no control of whoever is looking at your friend's screen whenever they open your profile or chat with you. You have no control over people getting access to your friend's account and seeing your private stuff. Now, let's move on in our activity. Please answer this following question. Number 1, do you agree that internet defined as the information superhighway? Number 2, do you agree that internet is the most dangerous place? Number 3, do you agree that internet is the most powerful tool nowadays? Number 4, how safe are you when you give your information in the internet? Number 5, how would you feel if someone posted something embarrassing about you? What would you do? Please answer these following questions on your one whole sheet of paper. And for the assessment and application, create an infographic about showing safety precaution in using internet. This is the rubrics. Creativity, 25%. Content, 25%. Organization, 25%. Relevance, 25%. For the total of 100%. So that's all for our lesson this week. I hope that you learned a lot from our discussion. And again, remember, think before you click. Thank you so much for listening to our discussion today. God bless you all.